biting wind whipped through the towering pines of northern Minnesota, a frozen desolation stretching as far as the eye could see. Ranger Joe Harden adjusted his jacket and squinted into the fog, the soft crunch of snow beneath his boots the only sound. A pair of hikers had gone missing along the old mining trail 2 days ago, the latest in a string of unexplained disappearances. Joe had been called in to find out why. The sun had long disappeared behind a blanket of clouds, leaving the forest eerily still. His radio crackled with static, and a cold shiver crawled up his spine. He was used to the isolation of these woods, but tonight something felt wrong, something heavier than the winter air. As he approached the first of the trail markers, he noticed the ground was disturbed. Something had moved through the snow, but the tracks were strange, too wide, too deep for any bear. The prints were elongated like a man's, but stretched and malformed, with claws scraping into the earth. Joe crouched to examine them, his breath visible in the cold. A branch snapped to his left. He stood quickly, hand instinctively reaching for his rifle. "Hello?" His voice rang out, but it was swallowed immediately by the dense trees. No answer. He took a few more cautious steps, his instincts sharp, but the silence around him deepened. The wind had died down, leaving a haunting quiet. That's when he heard it. A faint whisper, a voice, almost like someone calling his name. "Joe ... He froze. The voice was soft, almost pleading. "Joe, help me!" His heart raced as the voice echoed through the trees, and Joe turned, scanning the area. No one. But then it came again, closer. "Joe, it's Sarah." His stomach twisted. Sarah was one of the missing hikers, but how could it be her? The voice was wrong, rasping like something long dead. He moved cautiously, scanning the trees. That's when he saw it. A figure in the distance, tall and gaunt, standing just beyond the tree line. Its skin was sickly pale, stretched taut over bones. It was crouched, watching him with wide, sunken eyes. Joe's breath caught. He recognized the shape. It was a man, but twisted, unnaturally thin, with fingers that ended in long, jagged claws. Its mouth opened in a grotesque rictus, stretching impossibly wide, revealing rows of sharp teeth. It whispered again, but the voice wasn't Sarah's anymore. "Come closer, Ranger." Joe's instincts screamed at him to run. He didn't have to think twice. He turned and sprinted back the way he had come, the crunch of his boots lost in the growing screech of the wind. Behind him, there was movement, shuffling, dragging feet. The Wendigo was following him. He could hear it mimicking his footsteps, but with an uneven, scraping sound. It was gaining. His pulse pounded in his ears as he pushed through the trees, desperation fueling his every step. The sound grew louder, closer. Joe stumbled, almost falling, but he forced himself to stay upright. He glanced back briefly to see a dark shape charging after him, long limbs flailing, skin glistening in the moonlight, its face a mask of hunger. Then he saw the lights of the ranger station, the familiar glow of safety, and pushed himself harder. His breath was ragged, his legs burning, but the distant howls of the Wendigo drove him forward. He reached the station, slammed the door shut, and bolted it just as the creature reached the clearing. For a long moment, everything was still. Then the wind howled again, this time carrying with it a voice that sounded almost human. "Joe! Joe!" The last thing he saw before the night swallowed him was the Wendigo's eyes, watching from the edge of the pines. And as the lights flickered and the station fell silent, Joe knew he hadn't escaped. Not really. The creature was out there, waiting, and it wasn't finished with him yet.